Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for putting together this mentoring symposium, which I think is very key, very important for some of the younger professionals coming through. Just a bit about myself first before I dive in. My name is Chima Olugh. I am what we call a primary care manager. I work for the NHS, mainly in primary care. I'm also a pharmacist, as Nicky alluded earlier, an award-winning pharmacist, a few awards for my sins, shall I say. I'm also an energetic community leader. I work with a lot of community organizations, mainly Nigerian community organizations, and I also have a passion for developing human capital. Not quite sure where I got it from. I think it's probably from my dad, but I have a passion just for making sure that things work, especially within the Black race, the Nigerian race, the African race. And recently I published my autobiography. So I also have the title of writer to the end of my name now, or author, which puts a lot of pressure on me. My autobiography is titled A Warrior's Journey. And it's an autobiography about a young boy who was sent to Nigeria at a young age. It follows his journey and travails as he transforms into a young, resilient man. The main message from the autobiography is that if you want to succeed in life, then failure should be included as part of your overall plan. And that is something that I learned over the many years of my life. So anybody who's interested, please have a look. I just want to spend probably a minute and just say why I became a mentor. And I've mentored quite a few people, and I must say some professionals. As I said, I'm a pharmacist. So I have mentored some young pharmacists, some pre-reg pharmacists, but also some who are not professional. I've also mentored some professional people who have not come to me through the professional route. So being part of the Nigerian community, I've had people come through that route who are doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and or whatnot, but come to me via that route rather than via my professional route. And for me, I decided to be a mentor many decades ago in order to support and inspire mainly Black professionals. Sometimes I do narrow my lens a bit to focus on healthcare professionals, being a healthcare professional myself. But my main aim is to support people and help them reach their potential. And the reason I have been quite passionate about that is I've been through quite a lot myself as an individual, professional person. I managed to, if I can say so, overcome. And a lot of my being able to overcome is due, or has been down to the fact that I had good mentors who took me through my journey. So that inspired me to become a mentor. So I'll move into choosing a mentor and probably the importance of choosing a mentor. Personally, when I'm always approached, obviously I need to look at whether I'm mentoring someone else already. If I am, can I do it? If I can, then it's a possible yes. If I can't, then obviously I have to say no. But I feel it's important that we all look for mentors if we can. So if you're out there and you're young, please look for mentors. One of the best ways to develop professionally, in terms of getting direction, in terms of inspiring yourself, and in terms of climbing up the career ladder, it's important to have somebody who has either done what you're aspiring to, been there before, gained the success that you're aiming for, and you can then look at them. It's a bit of a mirror of yourself, probably in years ahead. So it's always good to look for that in someone. Now, this might sound very straightforward. However, choosing a mentor is not always straightforward, especially if you're a Black professional. It's important to find somebody who probably, as Russell has said, has the same values as you. And that is not always the person who has the most years on their CV. So for me, as a mentor, I always try and make sure I mentor somebody who I can give some cultural feedback or be culturally responsive to. And that means mentoring somebody who looks like me, mentoring somebody who I can give advice about what potholes they might come across, what things they can expect, and things that you wouldn't get through, I think, a normal mentoring program. So I think it's important that people choose a mentor, choose someone who's from the same cultural background, and they can support you and navigate you through difficult positions. And as we all know, as black people, there's unique challenges that we face throughout our career and life in general. We need someone who can help us through that. So I definitely think that being culturally responsive is very key. Another thing that I think is very key as a mentor, well, for me, it works for me, is also what I call it being critically conscious. And that's the ability to perceive and understand the social, political, and economical challenges that a person might face. So all these three things I've mentioned have nothing mainly to do with your professional life, but it's important that we understand they come into play when we're working, especially as black people, and you want somebody who is able to understand that, maybe if you're going for a job and you thought you've got it, why you didn't get it, be able to sit you down and explain the reasons why. So when you're choosing a mentor, I think it's very important that you choose someone who has that kind of awareness. Again, Russell has mentioned this already. Personal values are very key. The only thing I would say with regards to values is that write down your own values, know what you want. Do they align to your mentor's values? If they don't, that's not necessarily an issue, but you need to make sure that you have your values set in one place, and you can relate to your mentor, so that if there is a compromise to be made in terms of values, are you willing to make that choice? So those are the things that you can write down and understand whether you are or you are not willing to do those things. Another thing that's important is personality. Again, as black people, I think we have a different style. Our personalities are different. So understanding the person's personality, is that person an introvert or an extrovert that you want as a mentor? If you are an introvert and you want to go for an extrovert, is it because you want to be like them, or vice versa? Are they an introvert and you're an extrovert and you don't want to be an extrovert? So those are things to take into consideration when you're mentoring. And I probably just wanted to spend the last minute to highlight some of the barriers to mentoring, and some of it is basically due to the fact that there's not enough black mentors out there. If we're talking about black people, it's a lot of pressure to mentor, a lot of issues to deal with, and therefore not a lot of people are available. The few that are there have been taken, so that is a barrier. Also, another barrier that I feel is the fact that people, when they do find a mentor, there's an over-reliance on the mentor to provide all the information to the mentee, which shouldn't necessarily be the case. It should be the other way around. The mentee approaches the mentor with what they want and what they want to achieve. And just to finally finish up with, in terms of my personal experience, I have been, as I said, I've been through a lot, but I've had great mentors along the way. And all the time, I've chosen a black mentor, and they have understood my journey, helped me with my struggles, and gotten me to where we are now. Thank you very much, the organizers, and obviously we're here to take questions if there are any. Thank you very much.